If you are in therapy or are considering it, you understand the importance of finding the right therapist for you. But the search can be daunting. So here with some advice is WSJ Bonds columnist Elizabeth Bernstein. Hi, Elizabeth. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
So, Elizabeth, obviously finding the right therapist is crucial, but someone that works wonders for one person might not be right for another. So, as with any human relationship, how much does chemistry come into play here?
You're exactly right. That's a big deal. You want to have the right person for you. So not just the right credentials for whatever problem you have, if you have a severe mental illness or if you're, having something that doesn't really have a medical side to it, but say marital problems, something like that. But you also want to feel very comfortable with the person that you're going to be working with. So there's a chemistry there.
And Elizabeth, you say that this is a relationship just like any other, and you actually have to work at it, correct?
Correct. A lot of people think you go to therapy and the therapist is going to do all the work and you're just going to sit there and sort of, be helped, be analyzed or helped. And that's not necessarily the case. You have a lot of work to do, especially informing that relationship, making sure that it works well. You want to be giving the therapist feedback and to be listening and trying to do what they suggest you do.
Absolutely. So where should we begin the search?
So people write me a lot and they ask, where do I find a therapist? And so word of mouth is maybe the best way. You want to ask friends or family members if they know of anybody, or if they go to somebody, if they could ask their therapist for a recommendation. That's a great way to do it. Also, Psychology Today is a big website that has a feature where you can find a therapist. You can actually look through their web pages.
And so once you have sort of a short list, what should you then look for?
What I want to see, first of all, do you feel comfortable in the surroundings? Is that person sort of created when you go to their office and their room where you're going to, have therapy, do you feel comfortable there? Do you get a sense of that person? And is it, you can feel comfortable in that space? You can tell something about them that way. You can look at their website as well, but also, talking to them. Do you feel comfortable with this person? And really listen to your gut. Is that person giving you some feedback? Are they helping you out? Or is it just stone cold silence? Like, listen the same way if you were maybe on a first date. Like, do you like this person?
And so is it normal to say to a new therapist, can we try this out sort of on a trial run?
Well, I think a lot of people go in for a consultation, so they're trying to, let you know if they can help you. They want to see you, and yes, you should be trying out. At least in your mind, you should be trying them out,
right?
Because you don't want to stick with somebody you don't like. And they should be able to give you a diagnosis. They should be able, in a certain amount of early sessions, be able to say, this is what I think your problem is, this is how I can help you, and this is how we can solve it.
And Elizabeth, do you have tips for maximizing our time with the therapist?
Sure. When you're with a therapist, again, as I mentioned before, you want to give feedback. If something worked for you, especially if something didn't work for you, you tried some of their advice and it didn't work, you want to let them know. And if you feel like you're not getting better, you want to let them know. Of course, you could just be resisting the therapy, but, if you really think I've been doing this a long time and nothing's changing, that is something you need to bring up with them. Listen very carefully to their answer. Do they have a plan to help you, or is it just more the same?
And then I guess it's very important to be able to identify when you need to end the therapy relationship. Is that right?
Exactly. I mean, you may not necessarily know if it's in terms of you feeling better, but if you really don't like your therapist, something they're saying is not sitting right with you, or you really feel like they're not helping you, then you do need to know. And therapists will tell you, bring it up with them and tell them, listen very carefully to their answer. Do they have a plan again, or is it more the same? But also, you could get a second opinion. You can go to another therapist and say, here's what's been going on. I haven't been helped yet. What do you think?
All right, Elizabeth, thank you so much for all that valuable advice.
Thank you.